Hi there, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. It's night on the moon, and I don't really want to wait all the length of time it's going to take for the sun to get round, because I'm basically on the exact wrong side. And because I'm tidally locked, because the moon's tidally locked, I think I'm going to have to wait for the whole rotation to get around there. It's going to take forever. Blur. When last you saw me, I was cheerfully gallivanting across the moon, convinced I was going to very easily grab various science points. 2 seconds after I stopped recording, not only did I enter one of the nav points, I crashed. And then the game crashed. And then I discovered I hadn't actually landed on the moon at all, despite it looking like I'd landed on the moon. So I had to go back and restart. And then when I did finally get here, I actually, for some reason, ended up going after a completely different set of points. But I've got almost all of them. I've got the last one to do. And I've slightly re-thingied my script. But I haven't really finished it. So I need to set this variable outside of the actual program. So that's me setting the waypoint. I happen to know the waypoint is called Zone 17-5A Alpha. Target lat LNG, and that's not going to work. That's not actually going to do what I wanted it to do. I also can't spell, which is not good. Oh, that's interesting. What have I done wrong? Target. I still can't spell. That's what's gone wrong. Oh. I'm the best at everything. Right, now, so that doesn't actually work. Good. Print all waypoints. And I want Zone 75A Alpha. So what did I do wrong? So set target lat LNG to waypoint. Right. So print target lat LNG. So it's not. What am I doing wrong? Zone 17 dash. Oh, it's I7. It's not 17. It's I7. Hurrah! However, I need to change it because I actually need that to be geoposition. Had two full stops at the end. Yes, at last. I had 2 full stops in, and that's why that line didn't work. I don't know. Are people watching in high enough resolution? You can see what I'm doing here, or are you just watching me type? Going, this is really exciting. Typing, typing, a new spectator sport. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, so it's not going to work. No, it's not, because everything hates me. Put the brakes on. Oh, what went wrong there? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can turn yourself. Where's my cross? So that goes that way. So I want that one. Okay, I wonder what I broke. Nothing. Well, nothing should have broken because nothing explodified. So we should be all right. Well, you notice it anyway. The cunning, amazing thing it does is it points to where I'm going. Hurrah! So maybe that's what I need to do. Okay. So that's working all right. It is a theoretical problem that the direction that the so this is the way I would normally face, because I've set it so this is the way I normally face the rocket. So if I hadn't just locked the steering, well, actually no, I can show with the RCS. This is going left, this is going right, and this is going. That was going towards me, and that's going away from me. So that all works fine, and I can in fact use the RCS at this point to head off. In fact, I've locked my steering to up, precisely so that I must use the RCS. I can't tilt the thing because I've learned that breaks me. So I do have a thing where if I hit the 4 key, no, is it the 4 key? It's not the 4 key. The 5 key. It should rotate me. So I'm at least more or less pointing in the right direction. Well, that's not working. Not as lined up as I would have liked. I don't know why. But that does mean I should now be able to head off towards the last nav point. Oh, this is so... Oh, there must be easy ways of doing this. I need to quickly check my electric charge. I do have some left. And I'm checking my vessel. Got Delta V. Got some Delta V left. So, yeah, 1200 is about what you need to take off and take off, get into orbit, and then we've arrived. So, I want to do K to stop. It's going to take a little while because I was pressed forwards quite a bit. So it's going to take about the same amount of thrust to go back again. Okay, so I'm in the right zone now. All I need to do now is land, which I'm going to try and do very carefully. The problem is this is a very slopey area. Oh man, I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to wonder whether I'm gonna can I go for that ridge, and will I still be within the? Will I still be within the waypoint? I can only hope that that's not too far away, because landing on this bit is going to be just wrong. Whereas I'm hoping if this is a ridge, then it'll be slightly, the very top of it will be better for landing on. Right, okay, so what's happening here is I now don't know which way I'm facing. So that's excellent. So that was me passing directly over the point. Which means that maybe I can get to the top of that ridge, which just still seems hugely far away, and still counts as being inside. Of course, now I'm essentially going backwards. you can just see how sloped this area is, and I'll probably just fall and embarrass myself if I try and land here. I also don't think my landing legs are working. Yeah, I think they're broken and are permanently out. And let's stop. See if we can't land here. Yeah. So this is as far as I can go before I lose contact with so I can't go any further out without risking leaving the place entirely. Oh, have I been a bit? Right, now theoretically, brakes are supposed to. Okay. The brakes are supposed to. That's supposed to be the signal to the program to stop, but instead, it seems to be the signal to crash. Well, no, it seems to have stopped and then something else crashed. I don't know. Okay, so I'm in the place, and I just need to put more lights on this thing. So I didn't. It's not until I got here that I suddenly realised I actually really need lights on the item itself. So I'm going to keep that data and get rid of that little screen. So this is going through in reverse order. So I got the server data from I75A Delta, I75A Gamma, Beta, and Alpha, and that's I got the whole contract. So I now have a science of 484. And I notice that I have a problem, which is that my fuel is not very well balanced. And I honestly don't know how to fix that. Hold on, the Midlands. We'll do that, and we'll do a materials bay. Now what I want to do now is take off. What I would like to do is take off and get into something resembling a sensible orbit. Now I'm not directly on the equator, as you can see. Although not too bad. It's actually only about 4 degrees north. So the best I'm going to be able to do is to get something slightly inclined. I'm then going to want to try and match velocities with the Athena 1 and dock with that. Now I'm going to set a save point at this point, and I'm going to not hit Alt F9, which would have been wrong. VI about to launch. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to run pit hover careful. I'm going to hit very quickly. Lock steering to up. Come on. It just goes mental. I don't know why. Good thing I did a save then, isn't it? I've been having a real serious issue in... Oh, I wonder if it's the fact that it is so very unbalanced. Because if the fuel is as unbalanced as it looks like... Well, I don't know why. I don't know how it got that way. Is that using fuel? So here's what these are all on 47, and this for some reason is on 94, and that's possibly unbalancing the whole ship. And it's possible that it just doesn't have the wherewithal, either with RCS. Go away. Either with RCS or lock steering to actually stay vaguely upright. Although why it was working fine right before it landed, so why it's gone mad now, I don't know. Right, let's turn off RCS. And I don't know how to balance the fuel. It would be awfully convenient if I had a spare tank. Well, what happens if I just go up? I'm massively unbalanced is the problem. I don't No, that's not gonna work. Why did I get suddenly massively unbalanced? Because I was hovering quite nicely, and then I stopped, and then suddenly I'm just very unbalanced. And why is nothing simple? So what can I do about this? That's leaking or something. Or I had a very small amount of thrust going, but I didn't see anything. I'm just going to desperately hope that I can vaguely balance things out. Close enough. I suppose if I didn't been clever, I'd have sat down and done some calculations and worked out exactly how much I wanted to. Right, let's save that again. Ooh. Now I'm going to put on that. Certainly better. Right. Okay. Now again, it seems to have unbalanced itself. So something's wacky about it. Was one of the engines broken, or I mean, I may have landed on something. Alright, that's on 46. That's on 46. That's on 46. Why didn't I put more lights on there? 46. 46. 46. 47. So that's okay. Should still be okay. Actually, I don't do that at all. Right, so I've got it's a bit of a silly high apoapsis, but it looks like I'm going to get myself an orbit after a 15-second burn. It's going to take up 385 delta V out of my 1800, so that's not awful. Oh, this is so hard. Who knew rocket science was hard? They should say that in the game. There should be like a warning. Rocket science is hard. I'm curious as to why I got my fuel got very unbalanced. I'm not quite sure why that occurred. It's very strange. Now, hopefully I have rebalanced things enough that I'm going to be able to get this burn without things going mental. So I'm in fact going to swap to... Oh, next time I'm doing everything in the linking lines. The problem is, how much time have I got? 24 seconds. You see I'm right on the back end of the planet, of the moon, and it's going to take forever. In fact, I think it's going to have to it's going to have to do some significant amount of its orbit before I get into the daylight, where those particular things were. So, lessons. Lights on everything. Lights on the craft, lighting up the world outside the craft, and lights on the craft lighting up the craft itself. So you can see the damn thing at all times. Right, we are now on an orbit, hurrah! We have 1400 delta V, which is theoretically enough to do things with other things. I'm sorry, I have no idea what I was trying to say there. In theory, that I've got enough delta V to go back onto the planet and come back down again. But let's not do that. So I'm just getting myself in the same inclination as Athena, and I'm going the wrong... Am I going the wrong way? No, we're both going that way. No, it's fine, it's fine. I don't know what I was panicking about. 0.1, can I do better than that? Not really. That's probably as good as I'm going to get. So do. Run count ISP. Run X no. ISP. Oh, so there I am. I'm very wibbly wobbly. I'm not quite sure why I'm so wibbly wobbly. Can I turn my gear off? No, I'm stuck with it. That could be a bit of a problem. I think I'm going to be alright. I think I can land on Athena. On one of the shoulders. So I'll be doing that around one of the side boosters. I wouldn't be able to get onto the thing. It's onto the docking port that's on the actual kind of body of the science lab. After that, it's going to be docking. That's going to be a thrill. So I suspect that's going to be another episode. Let's burn time 5 seconds. So we'll just... This is actually where it's going to be a good thing that I'm actually slightly outside of the orbit of Athena 1, because that way I'm going to be going slower. Athena's going to be, you know, catching up with me, because there is a difference between the heights of our two orbits. We will eventually get some kind of encounter. And that'll be brilliant. And I've suddenly realised I have not done a thing, which was I should have. Because I'm adding delta V into my orbit, I have vastly increased my apoapsis. So I'm just going to point. I'm going to cheatify. I'm going to see if I can do this. You have to click on the apoapsis, the little tag, without. There we go. You want to click on the little tag without clicking on the actual orbit itself. There. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That was beautiful. That was beautiful. So now I've got a relatively sensible orbit. Relatively sensible. 30k is actually a bit much. Well, nearly 30k is a bit much. And now it's all going to be trying to catch up to the Athena. But I can do that later. Rocket science is hard, it turns out. So there you go. Anyway, that was that. Thanks so much for watching. Watching me nearly but not quite crash and burn. Like and subscribe if you've been enjoying. Find us on nearlyenoughdice.com, which is our role-playing game themed podcast and blog. We're also on Facebook and Twitter and various other places. If you generally search for Nearly Enough Dice, you'll find us. And I have been Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and until we meet again next time, reach for the stars.